What's up everybody, G here, VP of Content, fitnessperformance.com, here today to bring you a review. Today we are looking at another product from LEAN Sports. We've had a couple of reviews from these guys lately, and now we are here to talk about their LEAN Ph.D. fat burner. This was given to one of our reviewers. He used the entire product and then gave us an honest, unbiased review. Me and Ryan both got to try it out ourselves a few times. So with that said, we're just gonna go over the profile, the effectiveness, the value, and let you know if we liked it or not. Let's go. So to start off with the profile, there are 4 separate blends. The first one is a fat oxidation aid, which is literally just one ingredient, and it is L-carnitine and L-tartrate at 1 gram. You see carnitine in a lot of fat burners for good reason. Carnitine tartrate actually does have studies showing it to be more beneficial for recovery. And at 1 gram, you're getting a solid dose. We have seen this higher in a lot of other products before. 1 gram, however, could be beneficial. May like to see that a little bit higher, but not bad. At least it's not at like 200 milligrams like we've seen in some. So that's the only one for that part. The next one is the anti-cortisol and adaptogen complex. This has 2 ingredients. One is a great ingredient that we love here. That is KSM-66 at 600 milligrams. KSM-66 is an adaptogen. This can help with cortisol, stress. Too much stress, too much cortisol can hinder your weight loss goals. It can also make you look kind of puffy. And at 600 milligrams, this is dosed very well. This is a great ingredient. You see this in a lot of fat burners these days, and for good reason. You do kind of see a trend in fat burners going from like these just hardcore stimulant-based products to more like overall like good for energy, good for appetite suppression, as well as good for cortisol. And this is a good thing, a nice evolution here in the industry. Next up, we have L-theanine at 25 milligrams. Theanine, amino acid that can be good for anxiety. You see this in everything these days, from sleep aids to fat burners to pre-workouts even. It's usually meant to curb the any anxiety you may get or jitters you may get from high stimulants. At 25 milligrams, this is on the lower side, which may be a good thing, especially there is caffeine in here. You don't want to start your day off like too calm, you might want to get shit done. And starting your day off with theanine may not be great for that. However, this might take a slight edge off of the caffeine in here. Speaking of caffeine, the next blend is Extended Energy and Mood Enhancement. This starts off with 300 milligrams of natural caffeine, which is a pretty standard dose for any thermogenic pre-workout these days. This means you can kind of split the dosage up. If you want 150 to start your day, if 300 is too much to you, this is a 4 capsule dosage. You can take 2 caps and get half of that. 300 milligrams is solid. Next up, we have synephrine. Synephrine is a very mild beta agonist. Very safe ingredient, very effective ingredient. We like seeing it in here, and it is dosed quite well and is nice. It's a great addition to caffeine, can help with energy as well. Next up, we have Neurofactor at 100 milligrams. This is the clinical dose of Neurofactor. Check out the written review. We have a link in there that will show you like a whole write-up on Neurofactor that we have on our site. Very solid ingredient from Futureceuticals, and at the clinical dose, nice to see in here. Next up, we have T-Crean at 25 milligrams. T-Crean, an ingredient from Compound Solutions. This can help with energy. It's great when stacked with caffeine. They have it at 25 milligrams, which may be too low for some to even notice. Even at lower doses, it can act as a sedative. However, people react to this differently. 25 milligrams may prevent any crash you get from caffeine, may also provide a slight boost in energy. The last ingredient in this blend is 10 milligrams of bioperin. This is black pepper extract. This can help with the absorption of some ingredients. We don't know exactly which one's in here. However, it is a nice addition, and it's at 10 milligrams, solid dose. So next up, we come to the water drop and natural anti-bloat formula. This starts off with dandelion root extract at 350 milligrams. Dandelion is a very common diuretic. It's used to help with overall hydration and electrolyte regulation. There's no definitive clinical dose. There's 350 milligrams, which is actually higher than a lot of other products that we've seen on the market. So there is that. And then next up, we have juniper berry, 150 milligrams. You've seen people add this to pre-workouts in recent years without any real studies supporting that. It is commonly used as a diuretic. However, there's not really many studies on that either. You get 150 milligrams in here. We are waiting for more research on juniper berry. It's not a bad addition by any means. However, we would like to see more research on this ingredient. And then finally, we have uva ursi. This is another natural diuretic. It may also be used as an anti-inflammatory. We get 125 milligrams in here. We'd like to see a little bit more than that, somewhere around the 400 milligram range. So overall, this has a lot of good things going for it. There's the KSM-66, a nice dose of caffeine and synephrine, Neurofactor at 100 milligram dose, a solid form of L-carnitine. And while yes, we do have a couple nitpicks here, this is a very solid formula, and LEAN Sports, they do know how to make some very solid products. Well, the profile is pretty good. Did it work? Let's find out. When it comes to fat burners and burning fat, we always have to say they don't actually do that. They just make it easier for you. They do this by increasing your energy. They also help with appetite suppression, which is a huge one. They can increase thermogenesis, so you may burn a few more calories over time, give you a small little edge there. And now with the increase in attention to cortisol, they usually help in that regard too. So did our user like it? Yeah, he got a solid boost in energy. That's the main thing he noticed from it. 300 milligrams with synephrine and T-Crean and Neurofactor will all do that to you. So the energy checks out. It's not the strongest. It's not a crack pill like a lot of them that you see on the market. It's not a Yohimbine bomb. It simply delivers a solid boost in energy that'll get you like your day started or act as a midday pick-me-up. If your sensitivity is low on caffeine, you can split the dosage up, keep your energies like on a stable level throughout the day. So as far as energy, it does check out. As far as appetite suppression goes, that was good too. It was more of appetite control. It wasn't one of those pills that like completely destroy your appetite and that make you like feel nauseous just looking at food. It was more like, yeah, you can see something that looks good, but you're like, I don't really feel like eating it right now. This may be optimal for some people like that cracked out, energy along with that like nauseating appetite suppression, but this is more for someone who doesn't really need that. We gave it somewhere in that category about around an 8 out of 10. And then finally we get to thermogenesis. This was not the strongest in the category. However, there are no ingredients that would really completely increase this, with the exception of maybe caffeine and the synephrine. Perhaps a slight boost, depends how sensitive you are to these ingredients. Our user, however, didn't notice too much from that. But overall, it does check out. It does provide a nice boost in energy, some solid appetite suppression for depending on who you are. With thermogenesis, however, even the ones that are strong in that category, you do develop a tolerance to that. Same goes for energy and appetite suppression. However, the appetite suppression and energy did last throughout the entire bottle. So overall, it does do its job. Is it the strongest, most impressive, best experience on the market? No. However, does it deliver? Yes. Okay, so now we get to value. Now, the value of the dollar is different for everybody. With that said, in our own view, this is actually a pretty solid deal. You can get this for about $1.55 per serving. If you use coupon code informant, that will save you 20% off directly from their website. So yeah, you usually get this for about $60. Coupon code brings it down to like $48, I believe. You get 30 servings, so this will last you a month. You're only supposed to use that one serving per day. You can split up the caps, 2 caps twice a day, all 4 caps at once. Depends how much caffeine you are feeling. While not the cheapest formula on the market, it's not a bad deal either. There are products that are more expensive than this that we have given also good ratings to. So overall, this does quite well, and for the formula and the effectiveness, it does check out. And this is certainly one that we would buy ourselves. So overall, Man Sports delivers once again. This is quite common to them. They do make solid products over there. A solid form of carnitine, a clinical dose of KSM-66, a solid energy blend, a clinical dose of neurofactor. This is a solid product from Man Sports. It comes at a solid price, a very fair price. It delivers in energy. It also delivers in appetite suppression. And for the price, you can't go wrong with it, especially if you prefer a capsule-based vapor as opposed to these powdered ones that are becoming more popular. With that said, be sure to check out the written review on our website. Check out this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, like, and as always, please